am Candy, and welcome back to Candy's Locker Room Hot Topic. So, Dallas Cowboys versus Bengals game coming up Sunday. Let's get directly into it because we have a lot of sizzling hot topics. Main one is who's going to be QB1? Are we still petitioning for a quarterback, an outside quarterback, to come in? The answer is no. Cooper Rush is going to be our QB1. I know that a lot of Cowboys fans were petitioning for other people to come in, but Dak is allegedly, well, according to Jerry Jones, is only going to be out 4 weeks. That may have played a part in them not wanting to bring someone else in. But the other thing is that Cooper Rush is familiar with the team, meaning he's probably familiar. Well, I'm sure he has to be familiar with the playbook, the receivers, the offense is familiar with him. So hopefully Cooper Rush can get it together for Sunday's game. He didn't look great on Sunday, but then again, our team didn't play their best Sunday. So hopefully Cooper Rush will come in and we can get the ball rolling with the Dallas Cowboys again on Sunday and get a victory against the Bengals. And what is that going to take for the Cowboys to win this game? I'm glad you asked. I think the Cowboys are going to, some of us love it, some of us hate it, but the Cowboys are going to have to lean more on their run game that now that Dak Prescott is out. And a lot of people, again, still are talking down on Zeke, but I honestly think that Zeke can do it. He just needs more than 10 touches a game. We've seen him do it before. He's in great condition. He's in great shape. And I really think that Zeke is capable of pulling this off. And so to say, like everyone wants to put the team, putting the team on his back. Speaking of, do we think that's fair that every time something huge happens with the Cowboys, like when Dak went down, what was that, like 2 seasons ago, everyone immediately put the pressure on Zeke? I don't think it's fair, but I think that it's more so people see him as a OG of the team and a leader on the team. So of course, fans looking in from the outside, it's like, okay, Zeke's gonna carry the team now, because we've already heard that Dak is a big leader on the offense, on the team, in the locker room for sure. And I think we're just looking for someone to come in and take that reign to the throne right now and really bring the Cowboys through. But he can't do that alone. And for starters, we have a few missing pieces to our puzzle. Of course, we have Dak out. Let's start with Dak. So Jerry Jones said that Dak is going to be out 4 weeks. We only expect Dak to be out for a week, so we're not going to put him on injured reserve. That was probably Jerry Jones being an optimist in the situation. Not saying that Dak isn't going to heal. I hope that he does heal really soon, but we don't want to rush him back. Like Russell Wilson himself said that he wished that he didn't rush back from that same type of injury. And that's not what we want here. We don't want Dak rushing back. I watched this video where a doctor from Cedars-Sinai gave his input on Dak's injury and the recovery time, and what he said was 6 weeks. Now, absolutely, Dak would be able to play, but the question arose, would he actually be able to play to his full capability? Would he be able to grip the ball? And from that professional standpoint, he thinks that Dak would not be able to grip the ball as well as he would 6 weeks later opposed to 4 weeks later, which makes sense. So moving on, we have safety Pierce out. We have our wide receiver Gallup out. So it has already been reported that will not play in Sunday's game against the Bengals. So we already didn't have him, last game, and people are really hopeful that he would be ready for the start of the season, but that just isn't the case. So we're gonna have to work with what we have, which is fine. All right, next topic here is whose fault was it that we lost Sunday's game? I know it seems crazy, but this topic has been circulating on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, everywhere. So I'm gonna address it, and then we're gonna move on to the next topic. I don't think that anyone's at fault. First of all, football is a team effort. We can't say these players did great, so it's everyone else's fault. No, it's a team effort. If we're not winning across the ball, across the board, if that effort isn't showing throughout the team, then we get the results of Sunday, which is a loss. Of course, a couple of people could have been better. A couple of plays could have been called better. But I wouldn't say that any one person was at fault. A lot of people are saying, oh, it's Dak's fault. He played a terrible game. Well, there's been a couple of players that haven't had their best game. That doesn't mean that it's their fault. I think that it just truly was a bad game for the Cowboys. Not meaning all of the players. Yes, we had some key breakout moments. Micah Parsons and so on. Zeke had a pretty decent game. But again, it's a team effort, a team win or a team loss. So with that being said, what is it going to take for the Cowboys to win on Sunday against the Bengals? What I would like to see from the Cowboys would be Kellen Moore calling some of those plays and putting that same effort into putting that same faith that he did last year early on in the same season when we had like a great game. We had the other team confused. Their defense was lost. They didn't know what to do. I would like to see some of that play calling from Kellen Moore. I know a lot of people didn't like that trick play at the beginning of the game last year, but I truly think it was not last year, but last Sunday. I truly think that was a test to see if it worked or how it went, and it didn't go well. But that doesn't mean we should scratch it from the playbook, right? I think that Kellen Moore's trick plays work when executed correctly, of course. So I like to see some more of those. I'd like to see some more creativity on offense. I would like to see CeeDee Lamb being targeted more. I know that last game, he had a couple of drops, but that all really just seems like it was in his head, right? Afterwards, you could see him shaking his head or saying something, and to me, that was just indicative that he kind of was in his head last game. Of course, being surrounded, being triple teamed, and not being able to hold on to the ball like you want to, or getting that yardage or the touchdown that you want is going to mess with a receiver during the game. I think that he was in his head. These headlines are saying maybe CeeDee isn't as great as we thought. Come on, guys. If that was the truth, he wouldn't be a Dallas Cowboys. He wouldn't be wearing number 88. You have to earn that. You have to earn the star. You have to earn wearing the number 88. And I think that he's going to get there. We just have to give him time. We've been patient with other receivers, other players, and we need to give him time to develop and find out who CeeDee Lamb is on the Dallas Cowboys. Next, I'd like to see our run game like I've been hearing, and I'd like to see that too. I think that those two can coexist. People have been saying we have to lean just on the run game. I've even said it, but I think that's where we find our happy medium, leaning on those golden spots on the team, and Zeke is one of those golden spots. I don't care about what everybody is saying. Zeke's running out of time on the Cowboys. He's not who he used to be, yada, yada, yada. Give Zeke the ball, and let's see what he does this season. And then that'll shut everybody up. And last year, when Zeke and Pollard was confusing the other team when Zeke and Pollard was confusing the defense last season, it was golden. It was spectacular. It was beautiful to watch. They did not know who to go after, and I think that's a secret weapon that once used correctly, once really, really honed in on, then the Dallas Cowboys can take advantage of that, and we'll see some of the results that we saw last year with Zeke and Pollard. But we have to get Zeke the ball more as well. He can't have just 10 touches a game. He has to have more than that. That's how you build a player's confidence too. I know we don't like to do trial and error, and you can't really do trial and error in the game. But if you're not giving a player that opportunity that they're used to or that they're expecting, how can you expect their confidence to grow when they do get the ball? All the pressure in the world is going to be on their shoulders because they're not getting it as often as they thought. So I think that is definitely a factor, and I think once, you know, we smooth things over on offense, all will be well. But also having that backup plan if we are in the game and we see that, hey, the team seems to be reading our offense. Like Devin White said last game, Buccaneers against the Cowboys, he said that they basically had our playbook. They knew what our offense was going to do. They knew what we were going to lean on, and they preyed up on it, and it worked for them. And I didn't see us switching anything up. So I feel like we need to have versatility in that sense. If we see that happening in the game, and especially if we've seen it before halftime, go to that locker room and think of something else and have those backup plans come into play, and hopefully we'll succeed. Last but not least, the Bengals and Cowboys game on Sunday. Everyone has the Bengals favorite to win. I think not. I think absolutely not. Did you watch last week's games? The defending Super Bowl champions, Bengals, versus the Super Bowl champions, the Rams. The game wasn't great. Joe Burrow did not look good at all. He was sacked, like 4+ times, all those turnovers, and I think that the Cowboys need to prey on that. We have to cause some confusion, as much confusion as there was on the field last week when he was playing. He looked really confused, and I think that we could use that to our advantage. Dan Quinn can take advantage of that, especially our linebackers. Van Der Esch, Parsons, we already know, and rush the quarterback like the Steelers did and get those sacks in. I really think that's going to happen this game. And also, our star-studded lineup. I'm going to call Armstrong a star before, you know, everyone gets hip to him. Sorry, my light went dim there. But that Armstrong, Lawrence, and Parsons, I love that combination in the game on Sunday. I'd love to see it again on defense this week. I really think that that's something special there, aside from, you know, just Micah Parsons. We know Micah Parsons will come in and get the job done, but I'm really looking forward to that trio on the field again and what they're going to do this week. But I'm really looking forward to that trio coming in and doing what the Steelers did to Joe Burrow and the offense last Sunday, but better, because we all know the Cowboys do it better, right? Yes, let's go with that. Cowboys haters, you stay out of this conversation. Last but not least, Diggs. I'm looking forward to seeing number 7 and some interceptions this game. I know it's going to happen, and I think that it's going to happen more than once. I'm going to go ahead and put that out there. Write it down. Put it in your notes. Trevon Diggs is going to have at least 2 interceptions, and if we really confuse the offense enough with our outstanding defense, Micah Parsons is going to force some fumbles, some turnovers. So is Van Der Esch. I'm just going to put all of the positivity out there. And, you know, they come hard enough. Either he's going to fumble the ball, turn it over, or he's going to just hurry up, try to get rid of it. And that's where Diggs comes in, get that interception, and the Cowboys take over the game. So I know all of the naysayers and the haters, everyone talking about how bad Sunday was, what a bad position we're in, and saying that, you know, our season is over, is doomed. That's not it. I'm sure the Cowboys have been working hard this week, getting things together, getting things smoothed out, and hopefully getting all of those pieces to the puzzle put together so that we can come out Sunday against the Bengals and put on the show and show people that we're serious contenders this season for NFC East. I'll get to the Super Bowl eventually, but NFC East, we're going to tackle that very first. All right, guys, that's going to do it for Candy's Hot Topic. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, like, share, and I will talk to you guys soon after this Cowboys victory on Sunday.